message that I want to preach tonight is undergoing life changes, and how God has a plan for each change that He is putting in y'all's life. Well, first I want to ask y'all a question. Have any of y'all heard that song, "You Never Know What You Got Till It's Gone"? Well, that's how life is. Like, has anyone ever lost the ability to use your arms or legs? Well, from being sprung or broke, maybe you went through surgery. Well, I have. About 3 months ago, I broke my right arm. Afterwards, not being able to use one arm, I thought it couldn't get any worse. And then I went and broke my other arm. So there I was, walking like a robot, and I was so proud that I was able to get through something so hard by myself. Then a week later, the doctor found a growth on my tonsils that might have been cancerous. So they had to do an emergency tonsil and adenoidectomy on me. Also, has anyone else went through surgery before? Well, when you walk through those hospital doors and you figure out you're not going to the zoo like your mom told you to, and you go kicking and screaming into the surgery room, "No surgery today, no sir." It's not a pretty sight. Afterwards, you're like, "God, couldn't you have just broke my arms again?" I asked Him, "Why did this happen to me? Why did I have to go through this?" And you feel like no one understands the pain you feel. And you feel like giving up. Don't you think that God wanted to give up? And what if He did? Then there would be so much sin in the world. But you know what? He didn't. And He went through 1,000,000 times worse than broken arms or whatever pain you're going through today. So if He could die for us, we could definitely live for Him. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, He says, "He will never put you through what you cannot handle." God knows your limitations more than you do. Just like your parents pushing you to study for that big exam and you think, "Oh, I can't study anymore. I can't do it." And you wind up making an A because you got pushed a little bit past your limit. Don't you think Jesus had limits? And don't you think that dying for our sin was past for that limit? And do you really think His reaction was, "Die for their sins, yay, yay, yay"? No, it wasn't. In fact, He was scared. He didn't want to die. In fact, in Matthew 26, verse 39, it states, "Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Not as I will, but as Thou wilt." Now, my interpretation on this is, please don't make me have to die to get rid of their sins. But I will gladly die for them if there is no other way. Not because I want to, but because you want to. And He asked twice of this, but the only way was by death. That just shows how real and human Jesus was. He didn't want to get hurt. Really, who wants to get hurt as bad as Jesus did? He got pushed past His limits, just like you and me do most of every day. Now, our change may not be as dramatic as the one Jesus caused, but still, it's a change. And what makes an ocean beautiful? The tiny drops of water in it coming together to make a powerful, beautiful force. So don't take for granted every little change you may make in this world. Just one person can start a chain reaction towards more people's Christianity. So let's start with you. I may be one person, but I have a loud voice and determination to be heard. So as you undergo the changes and challenges in your life, then keep in mind God has a plan for every change in your life. And God has an overall plan. And that is, He is watching out for you in every situation. So get ready and stand firm when the devil tries to get at you by doing something like breaking both of your arms. And when that happens, you will be ready to fight back.